I'm Kevin O'Hara from Alcohol Mastery. This is Stop Drinking Alcohol Week 35. Started shifting some more weight this week. I've lost 3 pounds, down to 200. Can't wait to get under 200 because I haven't been there in a long time. I don't know why I haven't been moving, but since my dad's birthday back in May, I just haven't lost any weight. I've been hovering between 203, 207, 208. No matter what I've tried, a lot of exercise, food reduction, that kind of thing, it just hasn't worked. But that's just one of those things. Weight loss was always sort of a secondary issue. To lose the weight that I'd put on was drinking all the alcohol and obviously eating the junk food and all that kind of stuff. So at least it's starting to move again. Maybe it's just the summer here, I don't know. I have a question from Dee over on the website, and it goes, "Hi Kevin, I've been struggling for years and years now, and I seem unable to stop. I could do a day or two, and then I'm back on the booze, bitterly regretting the next day. How many years have you been drinking, and how much did you drink? Cheers, Dee." I've been drinking since I was 13, so I was 46 when I stopped, so over 30 years, 33 years. Obviously not drinking a hell of a lot when I was 13, it was only starting out, and it took me a long time before I was really drinking. I mean, I was probably 17, 18 before we started going into pubs, and back then, once you had money to pay, really, unless you were a proper kid, then the pubs were going to let you in without too much fuss. So yeah, it's a long time. As far as how much I drank, like I say, at the beginning it was only small drinks, but towards the end, I could drink easily 20 pints, if not more. I mean, some days we'd go out and I could drink 25, 30 pints in a full day, and then suffer the consequences for probably most of the week afterwards. So I could drink spirits as well. I wasn't a great lover of spirits, so Southern Comfort was about the one I could touch, and maybe a drop of brandy every so often. If we went out and after a meal it was brandy. Wine, when we were out, I'd drink wine, no problem, maybe 2-3 bottles of a night. But never really spirits. The definition of alcohol according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. An alcoholic is a person who frequently drinks too much alcohol and is unable to live a normal and healthy life. A person who is affected with alcoholism. The definition of alcoholism is 1. Continued excessive or compulsive use of alcoholic drinks. 2. A. Poisoning by alcohol. B. A chronic disorder marked by excessive and usually compulsive drinking of alcohol leading to psychological and physical dependence or addiction. So there's nothing in that dictionary definition that says once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. It just doesn't work like that. The physical symptoms don't last long. Once you quit drinking, a few weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, depending on who you are. The psychological symptoms don't last long. Same thing, month, 2 months. But I tell you what, you can keep the psychological symptoms well and truly alive. How? By saying to yourself, I'm an alcoholic. I know people who haven't touched a drop of alcohol in 10, 15, 20 years, and they're still calling themselves alcoholics. I mean, what kind of a psychological mind fuck is that, 20 years without a drink and you're still an alcoholic. As far as I can tell, it all boils down to the simplicity of being able to use a label. I mean, it doesn't really matter what other people think. People are going to put other people into little boxes, and they're happy enough when they can do that, because let's face it, we're all the same when it comes to trying to fit somebody into a box. You know, we're all guilty of doing that. The problem is, it can get fairly dangerous when the person who is using the label alcoholic happens to be the person who's giving you an interview for a job, or when the word alcoholic comes up in some form of a legal context. That's when it can do some serious damage, and that label will stick with you all your life if you let it. So there's really two ways that you can use the term alcoholic in your own context. One's positive, the other one's negative. The positive way is if you use it before you quit, and the way it's meant to be used. You know, you're drinking too much, or your life is being affected because you're drinking too much, or whatever. That's the way to use it, because it can help you to quit. The negative way is if you use it after you quit, and that's only going to keep the feelings alive in you, keep all the psychological damage alive in you. You're going to keep all the shit that you're trying to get rid of right there at the forefront of your mind. If you stand up every week or twice a week or however many days you do it and say that you're an alcoholic, I mean, use it for the first week. Say, yeah, look, I'm an alcoholic, this is why I'm going through these symptoms. Use it for the first month if you want, but after that, you need to go through life looking for solutions, looking at life, seeking out the solutions instead of trying to find the problems and everything. And calling yourself an alcoholic is just asking for problems. I mean, the reasons why I quit drinking are fairly simple. It's drinking alcohol damaged a lot of the years in my life. Drinking alcohol damaged my health to a certain degree, and it put on weight. And sensible people don't do stuff like that themselves. They don't poison themselves. They don't slowly kill themselves. That's basically what it boils down to. Once you've quit drinking, you've quit. That's it. Some people get addicted to being addicted to alcohol, to being an alcoholic, to having that label there, It's like a victim mentality. And that's why they hold on to it for so long. There's so many people who will openly admit that they're alcoholics. I just can't go through my life like that, It's just not for me. I've quit and that's it. At the end of the day, I think positivity is the key to a happy and successful life, and it's what goes on inside your head. That's what matters. You are what you think you are. So that's Stop Drinking Alcohol Week 35. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, just click on the link over there. Leave a comment, ask any question, go over to the website and do the same. I'll do my best to answer. There's also a newsletter over on the website. If you want to sign up for that, it's absolutely free. Just leave your name and email address. It's not up to much at the moment. I'm just trying to develop it a little bit. If I can, I'm going to try and get some help with the site over the next few months, and maybe then I'll be able to develop it into something that's really worthwhile. So in the meantime, it's a weekly reminder of your commitment to yourself to quit, if nothing more. So anyway, my name's Kevin O'Hara. This is Alcohol Mastery, onwards and upwards.